So I've got a kind of a big thing I think about every day when I'm driving into work and driving around town, and it's, am I crazy? Like, nobody around here has EVs. Like, okay, once in a while you see a Tesla, once in a while you see a no, I haven't seen a Nissan Leaf. You see some Volts once in a while, but it's like, am I crazy? Am I like just a complete weirdo? Do people not see the simple economics of how cheap it is to charge your car at home compared to paying for gasoline and oil changes and all the maintenance that goes into a regular ICE vehicle, internal combustion engine? So, kind of just a little rant here, and it's always this kind of, I'm just like, why am I different? What's going on? Why don't people, because the cars aren't, especially in the used market, they're not any more expensive than most other cars. Maybe a little more, but sometimes they're cheaper because they just depreciate more because people don't trust EVs, and maybe that's why nobody has them. But it's just one of those things that's always been kind of bugging me. And if you subscribe and you're signed into YouTube, please leave me a comment like, why don't you drive an EV? Have you thought about it? Why don't, I don't know, like, is it just still too far out of the norm, or am I just in the wrong part of the country? Is it just like a East Coast West Coast thing because everybody in between is just a bunch of stupid hicks? I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know why people like paying for gas. I don't. I hate paying for gas. I just put $3 in my Volt yesterday because it's a plug-in hybrid, which means it runs off electricity most of the time, but if you need to go further, you can put gas in it, and I hated it. I hated it. I hate putting gas in. So it's just kind of a little rant, and I'm also kind of just experimenting with my new camera. It's a little bit easier to selfie, but my left arm's getting tired because it's a little bit more heavy than a than a smartphone. But yeah, please let me know why, because it's all over YouTube. Everybody knows that Teslas are awesome, and I understand why people don't drive Teslas. Is because the Model S starts right now at $79,000, and the Model 3 starts at 38,900 something, 38,900 something right now. That's a lot of money. But there's a lot of used Volts, a lot of used Leafs, a lot of, if you want an electric car, good used electric car for cheap, you can find them. And I don't know why more people don't drive them. It's just weird. And when I try to tell people about them, or they ask me like, and I say, oh yeah, I drive a Volt. They're like, yeah, isn't that electric? And I'm like, yeah. Like, and they just kind of like pause, like, is there something wrong with you, dude? Why don't you have a Jeep or a truck? And I'm like, well, I don't like paying for gas. And then sometimes they start asking me questions, or they just shut down completely, and they're like, this guy's probably a liberal, progressive freak. Which, that's another thing too. Why are hybrids and plug-in hybrids and electric vehicles associated with being liberal or progressive in nature? And why is having a truck associated with being conservative, or I don't know. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It should be, vehicles should be a smart consumer decision, and a lot of times they're not, unfortunately. But I just think people just don't think. They're always going to have a car payment their whole life. They're always going to have something they can't afford. They're going to have a truck for no reason. They're going to have an SUV for no reason. Right now, I own both my cars. I don't have any debt. I think I have like $20 on my credit card that I've never paid interest on. I use it once in a while. But yeah, EVs. Why don't more people drive them? Just why? I don't understand it. The technology's good. Batteries are good. Maybe after 10 years and 200, 300,000 miles, you might need to replace the battery. But how often do people keep cars that long anyway? So this is just kind of a little rant. This kind of really bugs me. It's like, why am I a weirdo? So I don't know. I like saving money, I guess. So please leave a comment. Tell me why. Why don't you have an EV? Why doesn't everyone have at least one plug-in hybrid vehicle or fully electric vehicle. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Now if you have like 4 or 5 kids, and yeah, you're gonna have to probably have a bigger vehicle, and those don't, unless you can afford a Model X, those don't exist for big families, EVs. You could make it work though, if you wanted to. You could drive around a Chevy Bolt, I think. Just couldn't take everyone at one time. But anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting. USMC Saxoki, live smarter, live simpler, Saxoki your life, live with more money. Yeah, I just had to get this off my chest. It feels good to talk about it, because most people don't want to listen. I don't know, it's weird. It seems like common sense to me, but to most people it's not for some reason. Alright, well, let me know what you think. See you next time.